All right, what's going on, guys? It is the week of UFC 308. It's the weekly live chat. It is Wednesday, October 23rd. We are about 200 subscribers away from UFC, from 30,000, which is insane. We are 2 days away from UFC 308, which is what I started to say there. Mix it in. I dropped my full breakdown and prediction for Khamzat Robert Whittaker earlier, which appears to really grind some people's gears. So there's a few people who comment unsubscribed, and I lost a few subscribers off that video. But guess what? You'll be replaced within a 2-hour period, my friend. You will be replaced. But anyway, I am here now. Why does my microphone feel a little bit off? I don't know what's going on here. I think it's right. But anyway, yeah. I might make a video about Magomed Ankalaev's comments. I may make a video on that. I don't know yet. We shall see. But anyway, Dana tells Ank he has a good fight for title shot, but gives title shots to Strickland and Colby for putting on. Dude, I know. I really do. That's why I think I might make a video on it. That shit pisses me off, bro. It really does. It really does piss me off. Colby and Strickland get unlimited title shots when they've never had an exciting fight in their entire career. But yet, Ankalaev, who's 10 times more exciting than both them put together, and somehow, you have to make sure you have a good fight. Otherwise, you're not getting a title shot, even though you're the uncrowned champion. What a dumb bitch, man. Fuck him. And gives Izzy a title shot off a loss. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And gives Khalil a title fight because nobody actually knows. Allegedly, they gave Khalil a title shot. From what I have heard, they gave Khalil a title shot because they thought Khalil was exciting, which that backs up, that aligns with everything that Dana White has said since the fight. It was one of the greatest fights ever. Like, he's like justifying his decision to the public. So, yeah. Overlap. Thank you for the $4.99. About time you stream. Going to be a lot more subscribers away once I ban some of them. This is Overlap. What's going on, man? Thank you for the $4.99. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media. I appreciate you. Think we'll see any robberies? Hopefully not. It's scheduled for now, but Joey's sick of his community showing no support with likes and tips. Yeah, I almost didn't start the stream. What's up, Joey? What's going on? Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Iron Michael Chandler. Dude, Chandler's such a dumb bitch. I know people are like, Joey, why are you talking about him? Like, he is. I don't care if he was my best friend. I'd be like, this motherfucker's an idiot. He's a dumb bitch. Look, I'm not going to lie. If you don't think Michael Chandler's a dumb bitch, then I think less of you. And I know that might sound a little bit harsh, but it is what it is. It's facts. Everyone's thinking in their head, even if they're not willing to say it out loud, they're thinking it. He's a dumb fuck. So, Joey, please stop with the delusional takes. Khamzat 1 round 3 versus Usman. I don't want you to become Dana White 2.0. Dude, stop acting like somehow Kamaru Usman dominated. He didn't do shit in round 2 or 3, motherfucker. Didn't do shit in round 2 or 3. There's my boy. There he is. They'll be replaced with one Chimaev win. By the way, I can't wait for all the excuses when Whittaker gets starched or Khamzat wins in any capacity. Then there'll be a bunch of excuses for why that happened as well. Overlap. Thank you for the $4.99. To say Colby never had an exciting fight is nonsense. You blubbering baboon. Colby Usman 1 was fire. Yeah, that's it. Any update on Photoshop? No, dude. It's a pain in my ass. It's nothing but problems for like a month now, and it's so annoying. But Overlap. Shut the fuck up, dude. With your $4.99. With your $4.99 bullshit. With your $4.99 bullshit. Rewatch DDP Whittaker. Khamzat will easily darce him. Dude, DD, listen, my prediction comes down to this, and this, you can boil it down to just this. DDP threw Robert Whittaker like a little bitch. He could have took him if you wanted to. He could have took him. Could have took his ass if you wanted to. I think Khamzat's better than DDP. End of story. In terms of, the physicality and the grappling. So if DDP's throwing him like he owns his ass, then what's next, You know what I mean? Joe, you're the realest MMA channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Almost 30K, I know. I actually lost a couple subs because of the Khamzat video. Like, a couple people were crying on it. They're going to be replaced within the hour, but it's just funny. Hey, I never bought a pay-per-view before. Can you buy it ahead of the fight and then would start once you have it? Yeah, you can buy it right now. I already bought it like a week ago. So, just because y'all have the same beard don't mean you got to ride Khamzat like that. You know what's crazy? I asked this in my video. I need you guys to answer me in chat. If Khamzat would have beat Paulo Costa at UFC 294, if Costa didn't pull out, and Khamzat would have beat Paulo Costa by split decision, boring-ass split decision, would people be hyping up Khamzat instead? Would people be advocating for Khamzat to get a title shot? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. If Costa would have stayed in, and Khamzat would have came out and teeped his way and jabbed his way to a razor-close squeaking out a split decision, then maybe we could hype him up, right? But because he literally manhandled Kamaru Usman in a capacity that nobody else has ever done, that makes him look bad because he didn't finish Usman. So, Whittaker's going to look like the GTA V-Dog on the leash meme. I don't even know what that is. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Throw takedowns aren't what Khamzat does. It was a bit of a fluke takedown like Leon. Okay, if that's what you want to think. I just, he threw him like a bitch. That's all I can say. If I ever got ragdolled like that by another man, I'd retire from the sport. So, never paying for Dana's baby oil. If Joey was in the UFC, would he have Dagestani privilege? Maybe. Maybe. Overlap. Thank you for another $4.99. I'll drop the mod's elbow on you in that soft body of yours and take your top off. Whoa. This body ain't soft, buddy. You would break your elbow, and then I'd break your face, buddy. So good luck trying. You ain't got a chance in hell. And I'd give you a tombstone pile driver, okay? And then maybe a 619. So he was sick leading up to the Usman fight. I don't even care about that. That's the most underrated performance of all time, and I'll die on that hill. I did not ignore your super chat. Maybe I was waiting a second to read it. You don't tell me what to do, Overlap. Nobody tells me what to do, okay? Nobody tells me what to do. Okay, round here. Joey, Max looks amazing in the media day photos. So you're drooling over another grown man? Nah, I don't know. Does he look drained, though? I don't know. If that's what you're talking about, fair enough. Joe, I like how Dana says we don't want to do anything that will affect the outcome of the fight and then go out and tell fighters how to fight. I know. It's really crazy. Overlaps a mod. Yeah, he purchased his way into a mod. And as soon as he became mod, he stopped throwing out $20 bills and started throwing out $4.99. $4.99s. How does Strickland Usman go again? I think Usman probably beats him. For sure. Probably drops him again, too. Joe, do you think DDP has a chance to become middleweight GOAT? No, highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. What product do you got in your beard? I don't have anything in my beard right now. I just use beard oil. Beard oil just to keep it from being dry is what I do. This beard is I mean, seriously, how am I not going to pick Khamzat with this beard? How am I not picking Khamzat with this luscious beard? You know what I mean? How am I not going to? I mean, look at that. That's basically Khamzat's beard. Pat, thank you for the 99-cent poverty donation. Not going to lie, Khamzat's win over Usman is the most underrated win in UFC history. Thank you. I agree. Joe, what MMA fighter have you met in person? I met Chris Weidman. Yeah, I met Chris Weidman. I met Cowboy Cerrone. I think that's it. I saw like a low-level UFC fighter when I was on vacation one time, but I didn't say nothing to him. I wasn't going to bother him. They're on vacation too. Plus, I'm not hyper fixated on celebrities. Like, there's so many people are like, oh my god. Like, I don't want to bother these people. What am I supposed to walk up to another grown man, be like, hey man, I'm a big fan. Like, no. Like, oh, see Clay Guida out running around. Like, would I want to kick it with Clay Guida and the boys? I wouldn't want to kick it with Clay Guida and the boys. You know what I mean? So, that's it. I'm not... If I ran into Khamzat Chimaev tomorrow, I'm probably not going up to him, to be honest. Maybe just so I can get a picture for the channel of me just dwarfing over him with a better beard. There's a chance. But outside of that, nah. I don't know. I would have to work up the not the courage, because I'm not scared to talk to anyone. I just feel like it's kind of like I'd be annoyed if like I was like famous and mad people were harassing me. So I love your picks. They're literally the same as mine for the main card. I hope I hit this parlay. I hope you do as well. You're definitely going up to Khamzat. Stop it, dude. I would feel weird like that. I'm not obsessed with celebrities. I don't deify people. It's just not me. Like, I don't fucking know these people. I'm supposed to be like, hey, excuse me, please take a picture next to me. I feel like watching you fight. Like, nah. Like, depending on the reason, depending on the situation, maybe. But I don't know. Probably not. Who would you pick between Cyborg and Harrison if they were to fight now? Probably Cyborg, to be honest. Joe, will you go live for the presser in the morning? What time is it exactly? What time is the presser? But maybe. So, who's your next interview? You act like I have some pick of the litter, man. I don't know. Whenever the opportunity arises, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it has to be something that's, I think, relevant. Like, again, I'm not begging grown men to come on my channel. It's just not in me. You know what I mean? Like, I'll hit up some people, and as the channel grows, maybe I'll hit up a couple more, but I'm just going to send a message, and that's it. That's it. So, you're obsessed with Chandler. Yeah, I'm really obsessed with Chandler. I'm interview Joe Rogan. Yeah, I'll get on that right away. I wouldn't want to talk to Joe Rogan. I wouldn't want to talk to Joe Rogan. I find him... I think he's kind of a casual now. I mean, I guess it'd be fun to talk to him. I'm not going to lie. That'd be kind of cool, but it would be like, hey, man, why do you continue to say the dumbest shit? If you interview Joe, it would blow up. Yeah, true. Like the stream, yeah. 21 likes, 140 in the building. 21 likes. What kind of shit is this? Dricus beat Whittaker, Strickland, and Jizzy back-to-back. He's on a generational middleweight. GOAT is not far off. Okay. Kind of cool. 10 mil views. What? Leg kicks change the game? Yeah. Steel Muay Thai Cup. Just bring up speculating about injuries the entire time. Yep, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. It's funny how people think Whittaker can actually KO Khamzat. I think it's going to be hilarious when Khamzat runs through Whittaker. Or bare minimum just beats him. Even if he doesn't run through him, I think he'll beat him. Joe, I forgot Rob took down DDP. It's over for DDP if Khamzat gets past him. I forgot Rob took him down as well. It was in the first round, right? But just for a second. Breathe, Suge, breathe. Who you got in a street fight? Schaub or Diaz? Don't care, man. Diaz is a bum. I know a lot of people are like Diaz fanboys. Diaz is a literal bum, dude. At this point, I probably drop Diaz on his bald spot. His CT riddled head, man. Diaz just goes around bullying people because he's a scrub in the sport now. Dude's getting beat up by YouTubers. So, I'll take Schaub. I think Diaz gets away with too much just because most people, grade him on a scale because they believe he's mentally ill, which he probably is. And I like Diaz. I'm not one of these Diaz haters. Not that there's very few that even exist. I already know how UFC fans are willing to jump back on the hype train of Khamzat. Mark my words, if he buzzsaws through Whittaker like I'm anticipating, I think a lot of people will find a way to discredit it and make it a fluke. I'm telling you right now. It's like UFC stopped USADA from using Conor McGregor as a media vehicle. I agree. That's not talked about enough, man. Hell, remember they said they were going to sue USADA if USADA didn't issue an apology? USADA said, we stand by our statements, and UFC did nothing. Did nothing. So, it's almost, yeah. If Rob survives the first 3 rounds, at the end of the 4th round, Rob's corner is going to be like, it's almost over, Rob. We just got to get through this last round. It's almost over, Rob. Joey, the Weasel has Rob as a negative 350 favorite. What do you mean by he has Rob as a negative 350 favorite? Like if he was making the odds? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Because if so, that's insane. I would have... I don't know. I don't really know much about odds. I know the larger the negative number, the more chance they are given to win. I would say I would have Khamzat at like a negative 200. Like a negative 200, negative 150. If that means what I think it means. Like, let me put it this way. I give Khamzat about a 70% to 80% chance of winning. In my mind, I really feel like a 90%, but I feel like that may be a little bit overconfident. But I don't know. So, why do these MMA YouTubers think they are such experts of the sport when they have never trained or fought before? I don't know. You'll have to ask those guys. I'm a black belt. I've won a couple belts in kickboxing, so you'll have to ask them. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a complete and utter expert. I'm a well-rounded mixed martial artist. I own Venom gear, bitch. So I know you ain't talking about me, but you'll have to ask those guys. Hollis, thank you for the $2. Prime McGregor, Prime Volk, who wins? Prime Volk. Prime Volk, I think, wins. My 2 predictions are Chimaev, early finish, or decision, both for Chimaev. I just think Chimaev has more ways to win in general. I'm just hoping Whittaker doesn't pull out, man. He's pulled out of 4 fights. Sometimes he pulls out the day of, man. I hope Whittaker makes it to the fight, man. He's just pull-out merchant throughout the course of his career. We're talking Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier, Luke Rockhold, Kelvin Gastelum. All the toughest fights Robert Whittaker pulls out. Close to the fight, too. So hopefully he just gets to the fight, man. It's so funny. My favorite thing about the MMA community is when I come up with a way to satirically troll the dumb narratives that a lot of the MMA community comes up with, they lose their minds, and it's proving my exact point. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys remember, but I tweeted out a while ago saying something, and I also said this in my video, like something along the lines of Jamal Hill, better consider himself lucky we don't end up in the same room because he's only safe because I allow him to be safe. And talking like this where I come from constitutes an ass whooping. And a lot of people are like, why are you saying this? You're threatening him. And my whole point was those are thinly veiled threats. And people say, no, they're not. No, they're not. They're not thinly veiled threats. But then when I use them, now I'm being called out for throwing out thinly veiled threats. And why would you make these threats? Because you couldn't keep up on them. You couldn't back them up in reality, is what people were saying. So it's so beautiful to perfectly and satirically call out the MMA community, and their reaction essentially proved my point. It's one of the best feelings that I get from it's one of the best feelings I get from running this channel and just having a presence in the MMA community in general. It's hilarious. So like I tweeted out that thing about Khamzat. Like, let me go find it real quick. People lost their mind. Let me show you let me read to you what I tweeted out. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Where's it at? All right, here it is. I really hope Robert Whittaker shows up to fight Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 308. He has pulled out 4 times in his UFC career, and it always seems to be close to the fight. Literally, so many people lost their minds off of that. So many people. And it's just funny because over the course of 4 years, Khamzat Chimaev has pulled out of 2 fights. One of those fights was during a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic where the entire world was basically sick, and God forbid he got sick and pulled out. And then the UFC said, okay, we'll just rebook it for a couple weeks. And he just wasn't ready. So now they consider all those pullouts, even though they weren't really all pullouts, which is why I always say 2, and people try to correct me and say, no, it's 3. Just not true. Meanwhile, Whittaker's pulled out 4 times, all in big fights. And I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure most of them were very close to the fight. So it's just funny as hell. Also, anyone seen Rob kind of sound sickening about it? So I haven't seen that, but I'm sure there'll be an excuse if Khamzat wins. So my predictions are Chimaev early finish. Okay, 100%. Whittaker finishes Khamzat. TKO in the 3rd is my pick. Doubtful. I don't even dislike Whittaker, but I hate when people elevate fighters off an entertainment factor like Johnny Walker or Whittaker. What do you mean they're elevating Whittaker off a KO over against Ikram? How do I buy UFC 308 pay-per-view? ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus. MMA community never likes their hypocrisy exposed. Homework. One day I'm going to be the opposite side of what you think, and you're going to be telling me I'm a dumbass, just so you know that. But yeah, they don't. Jamal Hill is a bum. I don't know that he's a bum, but he's an idiot. I'll tell you that much. And that you know what's funny? And I've mentioned this quite a few times, and I'm sorry if you guys keep hearing me mention this. Me saying Jamal Hill was delusional, ready for this, was my most unpopular take in the channel's history when I said it last October. Last October, I made a video saying how Jamal Hill was delusional and unhinged and idiotic. And that was my hottest take of my entire channel up until that point. That was the take that I got the most pushback from up until that point in time. So think about how the goalposts have moved now. Think about how the goalposts have moved now. If you were around for that period of time, you know. It was me against the world. It was me against the world. I got Hill's brother in a KO in a rematch, to be honest. I think he catches Jamal with the left hook. Allegedly. Allegedly, the rematch is going down at Thanksgiving. Allegedly. According to the police report, you know, when you look at the evidence of the case, the police report has adult witnesses laying out a detailed, malicious attack on his brother that included a brutal sucker punch that knocked his teeth down his throat. So, yeah. I can't wait to see the rematch. Joe, do you think if Max wins somehow he cements himself as top 25 all time? Sure. I don't really put that much thought into that. So, what's up, MMA Joe? What's going on, Jason? What's going on, Jason? Joe, do you think... Okay, read that. I noticed Joey's been trying too hard the last 6 months to be controversial. Hey, man, whatever floats your boat and gets you followers, but the shtick won't last. Let me tell you this right now. There's times where I am satirical. There's times where I joke around, mostly on live streams, sometimes in videos. I believe outside of those moments in sarcasm that I think for most people are clearly identifiable, I believe everything that I say on this channel. I got to watch how I phrase this because then it doesn't make sense. Revenue is not my number one priority. Being popular is not my number one priority. Growing a following is not my number one priority. My number one priority is being myself and being honest with my assessment of the situation. You like me for it, you hate me for it, but let me just tell you this. The controversial takes that I have are actually bad for the channel, okay? Because they kill retention time and they also make people unsubscribe. Pandering to the popular opinion is the most beneficial thing you can do on MMA YouTube. And it's so obvious, it's so clear that a lot of people do that. And if I was to do that, the channel would be much larger. Can I say how much larger? I don't know, okay? But at the end of the day, my number one priority isn't to be popular. My number one priority isn't to make money. My number one priority isn't to get the views. Of course, all of those are things that I would like to happen. But my number one priority is just to be authentic. I'm not some used car salesman. I'm not some con man. I'm not some, you know, oh my God, I desperately want to be popular on social media. This entire thing is a fake world. Like at the end of the day, you got to enjoy your life and you got to be who you are. I would not, if I came on here, I'm telling you right now, and I'm not kidding. If someone called me up right now, Dana called me up right now and said, look, Joey, I'll offer you $10,000 to make one video. You got to back me on, you know, XYZ. Whatever he wants me to back. But I fundamentally disagree. Okay? If I agreed with what he was saying, I would consider it, but it's still kind of weird. But if you offer me 10 grand to basically have a take that I fundamentally disagreed with, I literally wouldn't be able to sleep at night. If I did it, 5 years from now, even if I didn't have the channel anymore, it would be bothering me. So say what you will, and I know you just kind of say that shit to kind of, let's get Joey fired up. I don't care. I'm just trying to explain to you. People say hot take, contrarian, this and that. There is nothing that I say on this channel outside of when I'm being sarcastic or when I'm joking. It's sad that I got to even quantify that I do not believe. And 90% of my quote unquote hot takes end up coming to fruition. And if you've been around for long enough, you already know. Don't forget Khamzat missed weight badly against Diaz. That's actually not true. That's actually not true, Fight Life. That is not true. He never missed weight. Before he weighed in, he was already switched to fight at a catch weight. So there's nothing I can do about that. He did not actually miss weight for that fight. He weighed in just on weight. So maybe he would have made weight. Maybe he wouldn't have. But the UFC medical doctor didn't want him cutting weight because they deemed him, a health risk. And they didn't want him to fall off the card. So that's why they told him to stop cutting weight and they reorganized the card. Is that kind of his fault? Yes. Rob pulled out one time the day of the fight. Yeah. I believe it was against Kelvin Gastelum. So Whittaker has the same durability as Luque. Oh, that's not good. So, damn, I don't even know where I'm at anymore. Joey, is Hill dumb as a box of rocks? You tell me. Mike gas out. Max moves a lot. We'll see. Sophisticated Chimaev. Joe, do you think if Max wins? Probably, yeah. I know y'all did not think that the Butcher was going to lose a fist fight to a French dude. So, some females would say you're a pull-out merchant. Okay. Rob's been in the UFC for 12 years, was longer than Khamzat, and is 4. The 4 is more reasonable. Look, you can frame an argument any way that you would like. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. Listen, you can frame an argument any way you would like, okay? Let me take a look here, okay? Let me take a look. So, you ready for this? You guys want to see how easily some people have no thinking ability, okay? No thinking ability. Khamzat Chimaev has been in the UFC for 4 years and he has 2 pullouts. It's really only 2 pullouts. Okay, it's not 3, it's 2. Robert Whittaker's been in the UFC for 12 years and he only has 4 pullouts. Let's just compare apples to apples. Okay? Let's pick out a 4-year time period for Robert Whittaker. Let's compare 4 years to 4 years. From 2018 to 2022, Robert Whittaker pulled out of 4 fights. That is 1 pullout per year. 4 times in 4 years. Khamzat Chimaev pulled out twice from 2020 to 2024. That is twice in 4 years. One of those pullouts was during a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic where half the world was sick. So you can frame it however you want. At the end of the day, it's a dumb narrative to act like Khamzat's some kind of pullout merchant. Okay? So there you go. I just showed how dumb you are with very little time even needed to do it. So, I'm glad Jamal's brother's getting the rematch this Thanksgiving. The referee, a.k.a. Jamal's wife. It's not Jamal's wife. It was Jamal Hill's brother's wife. That was allegedly there. I just want to say, MMA Joey, your channel and the content you provided, you study it all, the MMA game. You cover all aspects. Your world of knowledge for us fans. Joey, I love your honesty. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate you, man. Little bit too much glaze for my liking, but I'll take it. I'll take it, my friend. So, good content. Keep it up, bro. Be yourself. You'll be more authentic, and everything else will follow. Yeah, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You can like or you can not like. So, I think YouTubers create the huge takes in a way instead of following the pre-existing takes. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean. So, Heavyweight is so garbage, Joey could probably beat the average ranked heavyweight. You aren't wrong, bro. All you need is cardio. All you need is cardio, okay? And, yeah. Freddie, thank you for the 2 months of membership. Stand your base, Joey. Thank you. I will stand my base. Thank you for the 2 months of membership. So, it just jumped me all the way down to there. Now I got to figure out where I was. It was actually after he switched after the weight miss. Really? So I'm misremembering that then. If you corrected me, congrats to you, man. Are we sure? Was it switched afterwards? I didn't think it was. I don't know. I have to look into that. But if you are right, I'm sorry about that. I was wrong then. I thought the switch happened before he ever weighed in. Because I remember that morning it being reported that he was told to stop cutting weight. Like DC said it on the morning, like a second they started the weigh-in show. That's where it all started. But if you're right, you're right. I'm assuming you're right, Hypa. So in that case, I apologize to Fight Life. I was wrong. Sometimes you just forget or misremember something, and then you say it, and then you think you're right, and then you don't ever check it because you're pretty sure you're right because you've been saying it for so long. Not that I've been saying that for that long, but I'm just saying in general, that's what I thought happened. But maybe you're right. What do you think of the new fight shorts? I think they look pretty sweet. I mean, I don't really care. I actually agree with Joey on everything, but Joey just has a personality you want to hate. Look, I'm going to be honest. I'd hate me too. 290 pounds of muscle. 6'3", full thick hairline, amazing beard. I mean, I'd be jealous if I was some of you guys as well. I'd be like, damn, and he could drop me on my bald spot if he wanted to. Damn. UFC already rearranged the 279 card the night before when the doctor stopped him from cutting weight. I will never forget Chimaev's silence in the crowd. That shit was so satisfying. So homework, did he miss weight or not? Did they announce the change to Kevin Holland before he weighed in, yes or no? I can't remember. But Khamzat fights once a year. Not necessarily true. Does Jones have a chance against Ngannou? Yes. I would probably pick Jones against Ngannou. Ankalaev's response to Alex was perfect. What exactly did he say recently? Jamal Hill was one of my favorite fighters at one point, but his cringe coat made me look at him different. I know, dude. I could see that coming a mile away. I'm being dead serious. I could see Jamal Hill. I could see the personality easily, long before anyone else noticed it. Yeah, honestly, that pull-out thing during COVID doesn't even count because everyone was getting sick and canceled fights, events left and right. Yep. So I think Khamzat only pulled out once. That's what I really should have been saying, to be honest, but I know people are going to call that crazy, but everyone was pulling out of fights then. That doesn't count as a pull-out. The whole entire world was sick. So, the pumpkin pie I just bought from Costco tastes a little bit off, maybe because my wife didn't bring home the requested whipped cream. You already know. Okay. All right. I really respect you in the fact that you will always be true to yourself and speak your mind. I have a massive respect for you. Keep it true and calling it how you see it. I respect you. I will always do that. Even if it's to my detriment, regardless of what anyone says. Just know I would never regurgitate others' opinions or popular opinions just for the sake of having people like me. A lot of people walk around in life, and some of you guys may be like this just in general. They walk around in life wanting other people to like them. I couldn't give a rat's ass if anyone likes me. And that's just how I've always been. I just don't care. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I don't give a fuck. Go do something else. So, anyway. MMA Joe, you're the man, but disagree with you respectfully with your top 2 light heavyweights in the division. Fair enough. Joe, you're the most underrated MMA YouTuber is putting out work consistently like you. My only fear is you go Hollywood. Please don't switch on us. I don't even know what you mean by that, but no. I'm always going to be who I am. There's no way I could there's no way I can act disingenuous just for the sake of money, revenue, or popularity because I don't care about any of that. You know what I mean? Like, let me put it this way. If I was, I mean, this doesn't even make sense. I was going to say, if I was dirt poor and homeless and streaming from my cell phone and recording videos from my cell phone, maybe I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I need to lie to get more, donations or get more views to make money to get a house or something. But even then, you ain't getting that from me, let alone when I'm financially stable, don't care about being popular. I'm just going to be who I am. There's a lot of people out there, I'm telling you, they're just desperate to be popular. They're desperate for people to like them. They're desperate for the revenue. That's not me. That will never be me. I think it all comes with being authentic. I think this channel will be plenty fine. I think this channel just this year started to make decent amount of revenue. End of story. So I will never change, my friend. Ogre Online, thank you for the $5 dono. I appreciate you, bro. Look, it's people like you. Ogre Online is the reason I can just be myself. I can be my authentic self because there's people like you, even though I'm sure you disagree with me plenty of times. You're still out here watching. You're still out here donating. And you're fine. You know what I mean? When I disagree with someone in life, when I disagree with someone online, you know what I do? I go, oh, okay. And then I move on with my life. So, Ogre Online, thank you for the $5. If only every card could be this fire. Hopefully when I decide to go, they have a loaded card like this. I agree. I agree, bro. I agree. I wish every card was like this. That can't be possible, though. So, when you said Bilal was lineal BMF, I thought you were trolling us, but turns out he is lineal BMF. The day, you know what's crazy? I don't take credit for this, but like the day or two after I mentioned that, someone sent me a clip of Ariel saying that, which I thought was funny. That was crazy. I mean, it's just probably just coincidence, but because he was in that whole beef. But yeah. Was Jamal Hill's KO over Jamal Hill's brother at UFC Thanksgiving actually considered an official title defense? Now, he had already relinquished his belt at that point, I believe. No, he hadn't. He hadn't. Had he? Yeah, he had. He had already relinquished it. So, you'll become a member if Khamzat actually shows up on Wait on Time. I don't care. I don't care what you say. Check random. What do you want me to check, buddy? Can you sum this up for me? I thought they changed it before. I don't know. I have to research it more. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Does anyone know undoubtedly when it was changed before or after for the Khamzat thing? He weighed in at 179. Yeah, but had they already shifted around the card or no? The press conference starts at 8:30 a.m. Okay. I probably won't be live for it then. They told Chimaev to stop cutting weight after he weighed in at 178. The details weren't disclosed. They announced it after, but from what I know, they had planned it already, which is why Khamzat and Holland weighed in nearly the same catch weight. Okay, so it was just planned but not announced yet. Okay. Did you hear the clip of Dan Hardy saying stop the fight? I did not. Chimaev says he'll be able to fight in the UFC if Trump wins. I did see that with Kevin Iole. I did see that. So, I can't imagine being an MMA Joey hater. Most of the time, you always end up being right. It irks the haters, and you are right and also successful. Dude, it does irk them bad. But homework, that's a little bit too much glaze, man. You can't be telling me, Joey, you're always right. Even though I am, man, I'm always right. I'm always right. Ask my fiance. Ask my fiance. I'm always right. I'll be like, listen, this is exactly what I think is going to happen. She'll be like, no, that's not going to happen. And then, son of a bitch, if I ain't always right. And she'll be like, how the hell did you even know that? So, I always know. I want to pick Whittaker, but it's so hard to root against Khamzat. He seems like a genuinely good guy. He doesn't talk a lot of smack. Other than saying he'll smash guys, can't wait for Saturday. I can't wait for Saturday either. I am rooting for Khamzat, but I also believe that he will win. So, but thank you, Homework, again for the compliment. Thank you again, Ogre Online, for the $5. I did not hear Dan Hardy say, stop the fight. Joey, next time you're in Philly, we should grab cheesesteaks at gyms and make content out of it. It was infinitely better than the Food Truck Diaries ever were. I don't know what kind of content I'm going to make out of it. I'm not going to post a video of me eating a cheesesteak. But yeah, next time I'm in Philly, we'll get together. What's the interest rate on your house? Wouldn't you like to know? It's low. It's low. It's pretty low. So, hey, Joey, love you, but what are your weaknesses? What is my weakness? I don't know. What is my weakness? Depends what you mean. It depends what you mean, weakness. That can be interpreted a lot of ways. Career setback today. Thanks for the stream. Sorry to hear that. UFC 310's ticket prices are super affordable. All things considered, might buy tickets to treat myself for my birthday. You should do. 310 I'm really looking forward to. It was a day before the fight, so during the weigh-ins. They shifted after the weight. Okay, I'll take your guys' word for it. They told him to weigh at 178. He didn't miss weight. Okay, I don't know. They changed it before, so I don't know. What is Chase doing on our desk? He's not under there today. Watching Chael show hard as fuck, shitting on Ngannou on the Pat Bet David podcast, saying Dana afforded him a $12 million fight and he made less to go box. Chael Sonnen is a broke fucking bum with a dying YouTube channel that he depends on for the majority of his revenue. So that's why you see him putting out massive amount of content. Non-stop, mass-produced videos saying absolutely nothing with probably 8 to 9 sponsors in that bitch by now. So it's probably 10-minute videos, 3 minutes of his sponsored ad spots. And pretty soon, he's going to have to start getting on his hands and knees and sucking Daddy Dana White's dick, as well as pushing UFC shield-type narratives just so he can support his family. So I'm not going to shit on him. You know, that's what he's going to have to do. Yeah. He was locking up and cramping up, so technically he was going to miss weight, just not disclose if he decided he would fight Holland at the moment. Okay. Pretty sure Chael's a multi-millionaire. Mark my words, I will die on this hill. Chael Sonnen is a broke rich man. Okay. Chael Sonnen is a broke rich man. Okay. He's a poor wealthy person. And that's a fact. And that is a fact. Okay. Maybe it's not, but it's fact. Okay. Yeah. But if he is shilling hard for the UFC, he's a bitch. I don't care. He's got to make his money somehow. I guess 12 videos a day, getting no views when you're supposed to be, Mr. Popular, but you're irrelevant from the sport now. Why do you think a lot of these guys just nobody cares about them? Like, there's so many like UFC shills out there that just nobody gives a fuck about. So. Your lives, low-key, better than your videos. They're both good. Plus, Chael's voice and long-winded narratives are painful. Chael's going to have to find the next Griff soon. Don't be surprised if he starts selling Tupperware with his uncle. Okay? Don't be surprised if he starts selling Tupperware with his uncle. I wouldn't be surprised. Would you guys be surprised? If Chael starts selling Tupperware with his uncle, riding it over with his van, would you guys be surprised? By the way, let me know in the chat if you consider yourself like an OG of the channel, because I have to ask you a question. If you're an OG, if you've been watching for a long time, okay, how long have I been saying Chael is a con man? He's a con artist if I've ever seen one. He is a UFC shill. He is a Dana White puppet. He is a Dana White sycophant. He is a Dana White deep throater. How long have I been saying that for? Please tell me. Please fill in the rest of the chat. How long have I been saying that for? At least 2 years. So I've been saying it forever. Since the inception of the channel. I remember in the early days, I wanted to make videos shitting on Chael, but it's impossible because his videos are so convoluted and talking in circles. You can't even get a valid... Like, if I want to play a clip of Chael and then shit on him and dunk on him for being factually incorrect and UFC dick sucker, I'd have to play 3 minutes because he just talks in circles. So he never really gets to the point. You've been saying that since day one. Thank you, Blaze1. Just do a rant video. Dude, Chael's such a little bitch. He ain't even worth my time. I'm going to be honest. I can't stand Chael. He's one of the few people I literally can't stand. And maybe it's just because of what he has become. Like, I actually used to kind of like Chael. And what he has become is such an embarrassment. It's so humiliating. And say what you want. You can say, Joey, your channel, he gets more views. He has more subscribers. More people know who his name is. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Chael should be embarrassed of himself. Embarrassed of himself. On his hands and knees, deep throating a bald man just out here trying to survive. That's the Chael Sonnen, the one that was apparently one of the biggest superstars in the UFC. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your family should be ashamed of you. A cheater. One of the worst cheaters. And when I say worse, I mean in every respect. Was pumping himself full of every steroid known to man. And did it so carelessly that he was so easily caught. Dude's a clown, man. He's a clown. He's going to continue to fall off. Mark my words. He will be irrelevant in the MMA community probably in 2 to 3 years max. So, it's just sad seeing what he's become, man. It's sad seeing what he's become. It really is. If you watched him back in the day, I used to actually watch Chael Sonnen YouTube videos, and I used to find them interesting, and I used to find them informative. Go back and find a video from Chael Sonnen 5 years ago, 6 years ago, like somewhere between like 2015 and 2018. I don't remember when he first started. They were good videos, and then click on one from today. Not only does he sound somewhat physically disabled, probably from all the PEDs he's ingested, but it's just not the same, man. It's just not the same. So, and he's so jealous because he's probably going broke. Because again, he's a rich poor man. He's so embarrassed that he's going broke that he has to hate on Francis Ngannou because Francis made more money in the last year than Chael made his entire UFC career. The only way, and not even that, I was going to say the only way he could even make close to the money that Francis Ngannou made would be to suck Dana off, but he's already sucking him off, and he's not making close to that. Think about it. Dana's probably paying him, I would say low six figures, and Chael just gets on the internet daily. It's like, look, look. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It truly is embarrassing. Anyway, that's why Joey is against Chael, because he called out Francis. Called out Francis? What do you mean by called out Francis? His sponsors are going to do him because of views. Yeah, his sponsors are going to abandon him soon, my friend, within the next year or two. His sponsors will abandon him unless they're dumb. Failing sponsors. Failing channels, I guess. What's Chael doing nowadays? I remember we looked the other day and it was abhorrent. Let me take a look. Ew. 4 hours ago, 1.4K. 6 hours ago, 3.3. The greatest story I know. That's the title. Look at this. Look at this mass-produced content. In the last 2 days, he's put out 10 videos. What a bum, man. The desperation that reeks off this pathetic human being. All right, I'm being a little bit over dramatic now, but the desperation really does reek. Does anybody else see what I see, or am I being crazy? You know? Am I being crazy, or does anyone else see what I see? Brandon Holland, thank you for the $4.99. Undefeated and undisputed. Go to men in the room. Chael walks out. Chael isn't walking out any room. The only room Chael's walking out is Dana White's bedroom after he gets done finished jerking him off. I own land in Scotland. Okay. Joe, when's the merch coming? One day. I don't know. One day. What are your thoughts on people calling Khamzat a bum? I don't think they know shit about the sport. Hold on. Anyway, Jones, thank you for the 199. Jones Ngannou or Jones Aspinall? I'll take Jones Ngannou all day, every day. That's what I'll take. You're being a tad hard. Appreciate the update. Khabib Nurmagomedov is a better wrestler than Khamzat. Okay. All right. So I used to like listening to Chael's podcast about 9 or 10 years ago, but I stopped listening when I found he would say a whole lot of nothing and take Dana's side on everything. I know. Dude, it's embarrassing, man. Who wants to hear that shit? Who wants to hear that shit? When you can just listen to a man and just know that he would give another man fellatio at just an ask. It's just hard to listen to that. Just hard to listen to that. Chael quit in his last 10 fights. People never mentioned. Dude, Chael quit in every fight. Chael was showing up for checks every single time. That's a fact, too. I don't ever forget, was it the fight against Fedor? It looked like he just buried his head in the sand and threw it away. Hey, Joe, do you know what association Dan Hardy has with PFL? I know he likes to commentate. I think he's a commentator. I don't know. I don't know the whole thing. I don't know the whole story behind Dan Hardy. I don't know the whole story behind Dan Hardy. Are you doing a live fight night? I'll be live on Saturday. I'll be live on Saturday if that's what you're asking. I'll be live Saturday for the fights. Join me live Saturday for UFC 308. It's going to be a heater. There's no tad bit, and being honest, Anderson Silva ruined Chael's career. He actually made Chael's entire career. He made his entire career. I'm going to have to watch the fights while at work. That sucks ass, bro. That sucks ass. Cover Power Slap event? Yeah, I'll be covering it tomorrow. Not cover Power Slap. What kind of embarrassment do you think that is? So, Joe, do you have any bifocals to put on to make you look like Chimaev at Media Day? I do not. I'm sorry. If I did, I would. Aaron, thank you for the $5. A Wall Street Journal article I saw today said there are 7 million influencers in the U.S. Do you believe that? I have no clue, bro. I've never even put any thought into that. I have no idea. Probably. Everyone's an influencer nowadays. That's what everyone is. Everyone's an Instagram model. Everyone's a YouTuber. It's actually kind of low-key annoying. It's low-key annoying. It's like everyone and their mother now has a microphone, and it's so annoying. Like every other day, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Makes me not want to do it. Absolutely, positively not. What's one fight outcome you would change? Mario Batista, Jose Aldo. I wish it was more boring, but I want Mario Batista to win via unanimous decision. I would change that to a unanimous 30-27 too. So, I mean, your goal is to be one. I don't consider it really like that. I don't really consider it like that. So, just watch AP News. I don't really pay attention to anything. I pay attention to sport of MMA and the rest of it. I'm just out living life. I'm about to disappear off the grid for a while, though, guys. So you might not hear from me, just so you know. There won't be a video acknowledging it either. Do you think Israel Hype Train died off when he lost to Strickland? A little bit, yeah. A little bit. So, Joey doesn't ever watch other influencers. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to that shit. I don't understand why people like, what's the attraction to like Jake Paul or Logan Paul? Like, who even gives a rat's ass? Like, there'll really be motherfuckers reporting on like influencer news. You'll see it on Twitter occasionally. Like, so. Anyway. Where was I at? I don't even remember where I was at now. Is there any chance Robert wins this Saturday, gets him to jump over Strickland? Hopefully. If he wins, he should. If he wins, he should. I'm going to teach my son how to master the clinch against the fence. Yeah, you should. Teach him at an early age like Neil Magny did. Yeah, guys, he told us on the court he's going to dip off for the rest of the year after 308. JJ, shut up. I did not say that. All right. Do you like or have you watched Bedtime MMA? I've heard of him a little bit. I think he's been in here before. I don't really know him like that. I don't really know what his content is. So I can't really speak to it. I don't feel like I hear about him a lot though. But I just know of his existence really. Who will Gamebred face in the UFC again? I don't know. I don't even want to see Gamebred. Fucking Gamebred. His little 4th of July barbecue tables at a press conference. What a bitch. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. Joey, early congrats on 30K. Been here since 2K. Please don't forget us when you get famous. I'm never going to be famous and I'm never going to forget you. But thank you, bro. We're almost there. We're 200 away. We're 200 away right now, roughly. So appreciate it. Man, shitting on Gamebred for no reason. I used to really like Jorge Masvidal. I just don't I don't feel like there's any reason to be interested in him fighting. Bedtime mostly does impressions and tier list. Okay, well that's probably why I've never really heard of him. But I've heard of him, but I've just not really. People don't really talk about him. I don't feel like. He makes really good content. Fair enough. People told me he picked Bilal, but then other people told me he didn't pick Bilal. That's the most I know. Ogre Online, thank you for the $10. One thing that annoys the fuck out of me is the champs and fighters like Leon Edwards fighting once a year. It's so hard to get in the UFC. Then they do and never fight. Also, Cowboy shouldn't fight. I never want to see Cowboy ever fight. Ever. But yeah, it annoys me. I wish fighters were more active. I would like 3 fights a year. But it seems like 2 is good. Nowadays, it's considered good. I'd like 3 fights a year from everyone. But you have to realize that three fights a year, if you like a 2 months training camp, that's, including the fight and kind of, recovering afterwards, that takes up 10 months of your year, basically. So, thank you for the $10, Ogre Online. I'm with you. Each champion should be fighting at least twice a year. I'll die on that hill. And I agree. People forget that Bilal is the BMF because of snooze fest Burns had with Masvidal. I don't get it. A Neil Magny whooping probably just means he held his kid against the wall for 25 minutes probably. At least 100 people can like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Would appreciate it. Nothing is for certain. He picked Leon by Robert decision, I think. Joey Ariel recently gave a take that he highly doubts Conor has a sunset clause in his contract. As more and more time passes, I also doubt that he has one in there as well. What do you think? I believe that he does. They added it to their contracts post-antitrust lawsuit. So to think they added it to everyone and strategically left it out of Conor's, I find that hard to believe. I just don't know how that would make sense. Because at the end of the day, if they got to go to trial and they got to provide their contracts, it's going to be like, oh, well, why doesn't this guy have a sunset clause? Maybe it would never come to light, and maybe it's true. But I believe he probably does. Again, that's not based on any like inside source or anything. But I think he probably does have a sunset clause because they added it post antitrust. And that was around 2016, I believe they added it. They tweaked it around 2022, I believe. But if they tweaked it, it only applied when you signed a new deal. So, I don't know. We'll see. Ariel might know more than I do. Do you watch Dana White's Contender Series? Sometimes, sometimes not. I'm not like addicted. I'm not like addicted to watching combat sports that I desperately lull for Tuesday night action. Especially when I can invite your mother over. Do the beard no mustache like Khamzat if he loses? No. Joey was the Ran inkling of a doubt that Bilal won't pick Shavkat. More champs should be like him. His reign might be short since Shavkat's a monster, but I want more champs like him. Yeah, I agree. I always thought it'd be Shavkat, but I was worrying. I was worrying about it for sure. Robert by KO in the second round, doubtful. I don't think Dana gets enough credit running the UFC. What do you mean he doesn't get enough credit? He gets all the credit in the world. He gets all the credit in the world. He gets credit for building up the entire sport, basically, which isn't necessarily misplaced. Wild how Ariel didn't report on the PFL fighter Nakoma. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of information on that, but it definitely should be mentioned for sure. No mustache would actually look good on you. Okay. Does Holloway relinquish his BMF belt if he turns down Topuria's request? He's already the PMF in my book. And a lot of people aren't going to like that. Who in the chat's been watching UFC since before 2018 or before? I've been watching since 2010. When is the Ilia prediction dropping? I'm going to use Ilia to use the grappling to set over. There probably isn't going to, unfortunately, there's probably not going to be an Ilia prediction. I broke it down for 15 minutes in my full card prediction video. So it's already Thursday damn near. I just don't know. I have a couple other videos I want to do. I'm trying to relax a bit. So I don't know if there's going to be. Unfortunately. I mean, there already kind of is. You can watch a 15-minute prediction on the, on the full card. You definitely used to wear tap-out shirts back in the day. I have not. Pointing to the ground against Ilia is a death wish. He won't. He didn't do it against Volk when Volk beat the dog shit out of him. So refreshing not hear about Colby anymore. Anyone miss him? Or his slobbering of Trump? I don't. He'll be back at some point. Will you ever cover betting odds? I could really expand your subs. Probably not, dude. I really don't care about betting, man. These are multi-billion-dollar companies taking advantage of you. It's just not for me, man. It's not for me. Then you got people selling, bets. You want me to sell bet? You want me to sell you bets? You want me to sell you bets? I just think it's kind of scammy. So that's my thought. You should cover dating life? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give life advice. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Max 100% has to move up. If he loses, he will. Jay, realistically, where does Francis go from here? It feels like there's zero realistic MMA. Dude, he can beat up scrubs. He can beat up scrubs every other weekend. Every other weekend, he just beat up a scrub. Would it be funny if Max says to Ilia, I'm the better? I don't know what that even means. I don't even know what that means. Max Holloway's ranked number 5 in the lightweight division. Yeah, apparently the rankings people got scared of Dana and moved him up on the rankings. They moved Khalil up a spot too, which is an embarrassment. So Dana's trying to influence the rankings still. Zombie, thank you for the $4.99. Sup, Joey? Just won via KO at the Kentucky State Fair. Currently enjoying a funnel cake. Can we get a cuts video soon? Hopefully. Hopefully. I've been slacking on the cuts videos. Bad. But yeah. Number one bullshit. So many video requests. True. If you had to choose one of them to become a champ again, who would you choose? Strickland or Colby? Strickland, I wouldn't even have to think about it. You watch and see they put John Jones number one pound for pound soon, especially if he wins. Dude, if they move Jones up to pound for pound number one, what a joke that is. They basically a bunch of beta males letting Dana push them into doing something. So, here we go. UFC's now messing with the rankings for sure. The rankings have always been broken, but the things they want changed weren't even changes that needed to be made. So, I can't believe we're 2 days away from UFC 308. Can you guys believe that? I'm legit shook. Who you got in the World Series? I don't even know who's in the World Series. Joey's go-to videos breaking down why Joe Rogan should be fired immediately. Must watch. Agreed. You watch and see they will put John. Dude, if they do that, that'll be such a joke. But it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. If that's the way it goes down. Wouldn't shock me at all. Dude, do you ever think about not doing prediction and post-fight analysis videos for the lifeless UFC Apex cards? And I still watch the support, but I can tell you don't care about those fights. I've thought about it, but it's like, I don't know. Some people like it. There's some fights on those cards I do care about, and I want to talk about it. Like recently, that women's fight, I don't remember their names anymore, but it was like a double robbery. Hold on 1 second. I promise you they will move Jones to number one after he beats Stipe. Wouldn't shock me if they moved him beforehand. It wouldn't shock me if they move him beforehand, if we're being honest here. Which is straight up sad, is it not? Rogan said Topuria is mainly a striker, so I guess that's true. I'm not sure how I feel about thick glasses Chimaev yet. How come everyone cares about whether or not he's wearing glasses? Why is that like a new care? I would love to know. I would love to know why people care about that. Fill me in. Apex prediction videos are kind of dead, but I like the post fights. Yeah, I just like to get my predictions out there. But I get what you guys mean. There's a chance I straight up skip Magny versus Prates. That card's kind of ugly. I may skip that card altogether. We got Neil Magny headlining. Was surprised with all the hate on the most recent video. Dude, the Khamzat haters are out on full force. Scholar Chimaev is the new mythical fighter. Fair enough. Professor Abraham Chimaev. Why do you think UFC is avoiding of giving Ankalaev a title shot? He's undefeated yet. It's because they don't want Pereira to lose. They're protecting Pereira. That's it. End of story. So, have you skipped a card since starting the channel? Define skipped a card. Not watched it? I don't think so. Not done a post fight? Sure, I have. Maybe I'll do more of that next year, to be honest. Because some of these cards, man, they're just dog shit. Like let me think of a card recently that I should just outright skip. Usually they have at least one good fight, so it's like I kind of want to watch. Let's see. What card should I recently have skipped? There was a couple this year, but I believe that was in maybe August-ish. Yeah, Lemos Janjadoba. Ew! Namajunas Cortez. Ew! That was a tough stretch, boys. From 303, one after that, man, that was a tough stretch. That was a tough... Oh, Tybor Spivak. Ew! Alex says he'll make it hard for Ank to fight him. Yeah, it's embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. Tybor Spivak, too, I really should have just skipped at a protest. Why should I even promote that card? I think it's one of those things where sometimes you just got to make a decision. And while I've not missed a prediction since I started the channel, I don't think, at the end of the day, I just got to be like, you know what? It is what it is. Everything's got to change at some point in time. Thoughts on the horrible new shorts? I think they look fine, but I don't really care about other grown men's shorts. Just joined. Did you see your tweet got shared on MMA Zone YouTube video? I did not see it, but someone tweeted that to me, and I saw that. I saw that. Somebody said that to me. When is UFC on Netflix Prime? They'll def add cards on weeknights. Oh, God. Everybody on the Spivak Tavor 2 card should have been on a cuts video. You're right, bro. I should have just made a video and cut everyone on the card and just went off about how everyone's a bum. Hold on. Let me Google something real quick. So... Anyway, Dana White's Contender Series is just filling all crap cards. Keep low paying contract filled with ESPN. Hope things get better if they go to a better streaming service. Agreed. Will you be shocked if Ilia legitimately does everything he says he's going to do? What do you mean by that? I don't know exactly everything he's saying. So you're going to have to fill me in. Watch them make a duck fight between Jones and Pereira. I think Jones would fight Pereira. It's an easy win for Jones. And it's a bigger fight than Tom Aspinall, in my opinion. Unfortunately, that's just facts. What time is it Eastern time? It's Eastern time, 10 a.m., correct? Correctamundo. 10 a.m. Eastern time, Saturday. Apparently, they redid the bout order. Renat Fakhretdinov, Carlos Leal is the first fight on the card. Joey, can you hum while you're looking at your desktop so I don't think the stream is lagging? No. Sorry. I get distracted easily. 10 a.m. prelims. It's going to be a long day Saturday. I'm in for a long, hard stream. AK being the first to take the lights out, bring the same energy in the first 10 seconds. I can finish you however you want. Just tell me how you want it. Tell me how you want it. I'll finish you however. Whoa. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised. I think Ilia beats the dog shit out of Max. And I think his confidence is backed up by his ability. I'd be shocked if Topuria doesn't call him out in the first 10 seconds. I'd be shocked. This fight is so sick. Just enjoying the skills that will be displayed. Max not letting his back on the cage while implementing offense. Or does Ilia cut the distance and KO? I think he KOs him, man. I think this is Ilia Topuria's coming out party. Do you bet on fates? Do you bet on fights? I made serious bet on the Aldo Batista split decision pick. No, I don't really. You bet on Batista because of my pick? Is that what you're saying? But no, I don't really bet. Joey, if O'Malley learns to stand you base, do you think he can reclaim gold stuff, the mythical, secret, ancient technique, the double leg? I mean, if he starts studying up on that double leg, it's going to take him a couple years to figure out, that those double legs can actually be shot in on you. You bet on split decision. How far in advance did you bet on split decision? Do you think Chris Barnett has any chance against Nzechukwu? Yes, he does. Chris Barnett could win. I thought Nzechukwu is a bum, man. Straight up bum. Scrub. Split decision loss to OSP. Do I think it's Ilia's time to call time? Can Max win? Of course. Not counting him out at all. Anyway, great stuff, Joey. Keep doing your thing. Thank you. I will keep doing my thing. The whole Dana talking to Ant thing blows my mind. Can't wait for the video on this. Yeah. Probably tomorrow, if not late tonight. We'll see. We'll see how long I stay on stream, and then maybe I'll get my video together. What a joke. The bantamweight division is too tough for the UFC to pad O'Malley's path to the title. They're going to. They'll give him one fight, and he'll be back in line for a title shot. I feel like we haven't quite seen enough from Topuria for people to rate him as high as they do. I'm picking him, but this is the fight where we can see if Ilia can be the one of the GOATs. Dude, flatline Volkanovski. Was Bilal Leon's fight the most it should have just been the happiest you've ever been after a win? In the channel's history, probably. Probably. I don't know for sure. Recency biased and all that, but dude, watching him whoop Leon from start to finish, from bell to bell, from pillar to post, dumping him on his bald spot, rocking him on the feet, walking him down and whipping his ass. Oh my God. It was ecstasy. I'm not going to lie, it was ecstasy. And then it was crazy because even after a dominant win like that, going to the scorecards, I was terrified that they might try to rob him somehow. I was terrified they might try to rob him. Sorry it's late here. My brain is tired. I find it insulting that they ever had to be 12 and 14th ranked featherweights above the 2nd and 5th light heavyweights. You're going to have to be more specific. I don't know what you're talking about. You looked really happy when Adesanya got the KO. The clip introduced me to the channel. What do you mean the clip introduced you to the channel? You saw it posted somewhere? The reason I was so happy is because my official prediction was Israel Adesanya late 2nd round KO as Pereira gets over aggressive. And everyone told me I was fucking crazy. They said, Joey, you're fucking insane. You don't know what you're talking about. That's never going to happen. Comments were coming in like, can't wait to come back to this video after the fight. Can't wait to come back to this one. Joey doesn't know what he's talking about. I said Adesanya late 2nd round KO as Pereira gets over aggressive and overconfident, looking for the finish. And bang! Slump City. Slump City. I could not believe my eyes because of how accurate it was. I could not believe my eyes because of how accurate it was. So, your Oliveira prediction was good. Did you pick Olives by KO? I predicted Olives to blow him out, but I picked by sub. And he almost had it. I think I picked him rear naked choke. I think I picked him 1st round rear naked choke, if I'm not mistaken. People were counting out Oliveira, too. People were genuinely counting out Oliveira, too. Marab, the back kisses were super necessary. Yeah, Herb should have let him keep going. Herb should have let him keep going. So, they had Ige versus Murphy as a fight before the co-main changed to Ankalaev Rockets. Let me actually go take a look real quick on what we have. I saw something on Twitter about they reorganized the bout order. Yeah, Magomed Ankalaev, Alexander Rakic deserve to be featured fight on the card, if we're being honest here. Yeah, this bout order makes a lot of sense now. It makes a lot of sense now. So, Did you pick Dustin to KO BSD? I did not. I picked BSD. I was a believer in BSD. People discredit Arment's destruction of Beneil just because how easy it was. That is kind of true. I was confident Olives would smoke Dariush. Me too. I don't know why everyone was doubting. I don't know why everyone was doubting him in that fight. I don't know why that was a thing. I knew Sarukian. I mean, I knew. You know what's crazy? I picked Charles over Beneil, and I picked Arman over Oliveira. That was a really good pick too. I was super confident Arman would beat Oliveira. That was one of my better picks as well. So, what do you think about DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs? Just makes him more dangerous. I did not even know that. I did not even know that, Chase. Sounds like a good move for the Chiefs. I picked Arman as well. Herbie's not dead yet, Dean. I know. Herb's become a horrible referee, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. So, Max Holloway shirt on the UFC Embedded was sweet. Made me want to root for him. Dragon Ball, I see, is I'm assuming what that means. Picked Arman too. I'm trying to think what my best pick is. Like my best low-key pick is what I'm curious. I'm trying to remember what my best like low-key pick was. I can't really think. Like one that's super underrated. Yeah, it was crazy people saying Oliveira won. The coat was insane. Undisputed came out on PS5. It's all right for failing submission attempts. I know. He clearly lost. I think Neil RDA should headline the prelims. Is it not? I thought, was that not what is originally headlining the prelims? They changed that too. I didn't look at that. I didn't look at the prelims. Oh, it's Ibo Aslan. Yeah, that's crazy. This is such a great card, though. I picked Pettis over Wonderboy. I picked Jorge over Darren Till. Another great pick that's not talked about. I picked Werdum over Cain Velasquez. I picked Stipe over Werdum. I picked Usman over Woodley. I picked Alvarez over RDA. Let me look all these fights up real quick just to see what they were like in Tapology to make sure I'm not hyping myself up. So let's look up Eddie Alvarez versus RDA. I picked RDA to lose that fight. I know I said picked RDA, but I picked Eddie Alvarez to beat RDA. Let's see what the percentages were. 83% had Dos Anjos, okay? 83. Let's see if the I didn't even know Tapology existed at this point. Let's check out Werdum's fights. I picked Werdum to beat Cain Velasquez by submission. That was actually a goated pick. I predicted Cain Velasquez to get frustrated on the feet, shoot a takedown, and get subbed. Was my exact prediction. 77% picked Velasquez. Let's see the Stipe Miocic fight. I picked Stipe to beat Werdum. 69% picked Werdum. I remember I was on a hot streak. That was all around generally the same time. Oh, man, I was on a hot fucking streak. Did I pick Dillashaw against Pereira? I did, but I cannot take credit for it. So, I thought Dillashaw was a sacrificial lamb. The night before the fight, I had a dream that Dillashaw KO'd him in the first round. And I said, there's no way I would dream that if Dillashaw wasn't going to win. So, I picked Dillashaw to win. But I can't really take credit for it. I don't know if in my heart of hearts I truly believed it. So, I can't take credit for it. You know, the other ones I truly believed. You wish you would have bet on Kai Kara France against Urseg. I picked Kai Kara France against Urseg. Like, I picked Holly Holm against Ronda Rousey, but at the time, I didn't really believe it either. So, remember when you said you had a buddy screw you over Bisping parlay? It was my fault. It was my fault. I shouldn't have listened. So, for those of you who have never heard that story, I was 100% confident that Bisping was going to chin Luke Rockhold. I swear on my life in the rematch when Bisping stepped in on short notice. So confident. Betting wasn't even legal in my state at the time. We found a way. One of my buddies knew some way to bet on fights. I don't know how he did it. I have a picture of the slip somewhere. And I said, dude, we have to bet on Bisping. I'm telling you he's going to win. The odds are going to be insane. Luke Rockhold is a dumb fuck. He's going to be overconfident. He's going to get clipped on his chin, and he's chinny. And so, me and two of my friends, I forgot how much we bet, but I convinced them. They believed me. They believed in me so much. They were like, all right, let's do it. And I forgot how much we bet total. And my one buddy, who was like the gambler of the three of us, because the other two of us didn't gamble, include myself, is that, man, we should parlay this with Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber probably has a better chance of winning than Bisping. And I was like, I could see Uriah winning. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And we fucked it all up with that dumbass parlay. And when Bisping clipped him right on the chin, man, that would have been, I wish I would have had a channel that. When I said, I know it sounds like, I understand from your guys' point of view right now, probably hearing me say this, you're probably thinking, there's no way. This guy is so full of shit. I wish I had a channel. I would have been screaming from the rooftops. Luke Rockhold is a dumb motherfucker. He's got rocks for brains, and he's going to get chinned because he's chinny. He's going to be overconfident. He already dominated Bisping once. Bisping's underrated. I was so confident Bisping was going to win that fight. As crazy as that sounds. I was so confident. I was also super confident that Nate Diaz was going to beat Conor McGregor in the first fight as well. I said Nate Diaz is training year-round. His stamina, his durability, he's a nightmare matchup for Conor McGregor. And I even picked him second-round rear naked choke. My buddy who gambles bet a couple hundred on Diaz to win that fight and won a shit ton of money. And he also bet on Miesha Tate in the fight before that as well, because I told him to. I picked Miesha Tate to beat Holly Holm, and I picked Conor McGregor to beat Nate Diaz. So, yeah, I'm disappointed that we lost the heavyweight matchup Saturday. I was really looking forward to that one. Which fight? Bro, that Uriah Faber pick ruined it. I know. What's sad is I didn't really know shit about betting at the time, so I didn't even really think that much into it. I just said, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? I didn't really understand it. So, Bisping robbed Hendo in the rematch. I picked Hendo in that one. You're probably right, King James. How strong do you feel about Murphy winning? I think he wins, but Dan Ige is really good, so you never know. Did you see Mention Unit's latest video? I know he's a fan, but I don't know. I didn't know that he did that, if that's even true. Kamaru said he'll drop the Bilal pod if Bilal gets through Shavkat. Dude, Kamaru got embarrassed by Bilal. That's the only reason he's not dropping it, because at the end of the day, it would be ad revenue for him. It would get a lot of clicks. It would get a lot of clicks because of the controversy. So, Joey's 33. That's wild. I'm not 33. So, good one. I am younger than 33. I'll tell you that much right now, buddy. I am younger than 32. I will tell you that much as well. So, go to hell, buddy. Maybe I'm younger than 30. Maybe I'm 28. Maybe I'm 29. Maybe I'm 30. You never know. The world may never know. Would you beat CM Punk in a fight? Probably. Imagine being the lucky motherfucker who bet Matt Serra over GSPKO round 1. That'd be crazy. Look, I'll tell you this. I'm somewhere between 26, 24, and 32, and 42. I don't know. I just throw out a bunch of random numbers to throw you off. I can't believe you guys think I'm old. I can't believe you guys think I'm that old. I mean, look at this hairline. When I go and buy something that requires an ID, I just take off my hat. Did you see Chael on PBD saying Dana was going to give Francis $12 million per fight plus pay-per-view? If you think I pay attention to anything Chael Sonnen says, no, but somebody told me in the chat. Would you beat Bradley Martin in a fight? He's 260. I don't know who that is. Joe, can you fly? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for you, buddy boy. Real ones know he used to answer those questions. Yeah, it's a secret between me and the chat. It's a secret between me and the chat is what it is. So that's what all it is. Dude, I want to see Moicano versus Arman. That fight was scheduled before. When was that scheduled? When was that ever scheduled? I don't even remember. I could probably look it up, but I don't feel like it. Joe, do you really do tree trimming for a job, or were you just bullshitting? Bullshit. I'm a lumberjack, don't you know? I won $4K betting on Aljo to beat Jan in the rematch by decision. That's crazy. That's crazy. What's the next brutal KO? Topuria over Max. Joey, how old do you think your average viewer is? I would say 20 to 25, somewhere in there. April 2023. I forgot about that. Moicano pulled out and Armin fought Joaquim. Armin would smoke Moicano. Joey giving us a Chael UFC Shield video. There's so much content on that. I'll never forget the guy who made like $400K for betting $1 on UFC 285. I know. He had a crazy parlay or some shit. Bradley Martin is the PFL guy who lost to whatever, who lost to Francis. I don't know. Dustin Moicano, who wins? Dustin would beat up Moicano. Moicano barely got by BSD. He had to have a liberal doctor save him. He had to have that dirty liberal doctor save him. Boom. We ain't playing no games around here. That motherfucker bet Grasso round 4 sub, had the balls to keep parlay for Jones sub round 1. Dude, I bet Jones to win in the first 2 minutes of the fight against Gane. I bet Jones to win first 2 minutes against Cyril Gane. Joe, I couldn't sleep worth a crap last night. I actually went to sleep at 9 p.m. and then I woke up at 3 a.m. I almost did a live at like 4 a.m., but I decided to take my dog for a walk instead. So, yeah. What do you think your oldest viewer is? Probably like their 50s. Imagine, dude, Grasso was a fraud, and I picked against her 2 times, and I picked her the 3rd time. I'm actually annoyed that I picked her the 3rd time. I'm ashamed of myself, and I knew what I was doing when I did it too. But I was like, I'm not going to pick her the 3rd time and be wrong again, even though I was right the 2nd time. What was your rationale for betting Jones for the first 2 minutes? I thought he'd lose to Gane since he looked so bad against Reyes Santos. I was confident that Jones would win, and the odds were so good. I was like, you know what, Gane? I think Jones is way better than Gane. I thought Gane was overrated. So it's not like I was confident that Jones would get a first 2 minutes finish, but I thought Jones would outclass Gane and potentially finish him. So that was it. That was it. I think I picked Jones late round stoppage. I knew Jones. Who was here for the Friday stream before Jones Gane? I was taking so much shit, remember? Because I said, look, Jones is definitely going to win. There's no doubt in my mind that Jones will win. And I was taking a lot of shit for that. So it was crazy. The amount of shit I had on that stream. I know some of you guys probably remember that. There was people that never showed up again. Oh my goodness. Jay, I was reading some comments on your videos. It's crazy the amount of people hating Chimaev. If Chimaev wins, it's going to be one of the greatest picks for me, and I'll take a huge victory lap. Take that victory lap. What happened to Jackson? Dude, some of the haters, my viewers elevated right when the main event started, and they dipped out so quick. They ran off so fucking quick. Do you think Stipe will do better than Gane? Probably. Stipe's an unknown at this point. Stipe's an unknown at this point. We don't know how good or bad he is. Joey got a bad taste if you don't think Valentin is hot. With those chapped ass lips. I got all the hate tweets saved. I'm about to talk crazy to Vincent after Chimaev beats Whittaker. Dude disliked my video. Did you see dude dislike my video? Dude literally had the audacity to post a screenshot of him disliking my video. Because he didn't like my prediction. Fuck Vincent. Not going to lie, your pick on Chimaev Whittaker either makes you look like an idiot or a genius. There'll be once Khamzat wins, there'll be a bunch of excuses. Mark my words in that. Mark my words in that. Mark my words in that, brother. You can mark my words on that. How different does it sound when I talk here? How different does it sound when I talk here? How different does it sound when I talk here? I'm curious. He's been yapping about Whittaker, saying he's confident that he beats Khamzat. We'll see. Khamzat may KO Whittaker. I actually agree. It's very possible. Whittaker's kind of chinny. So... Stand your base. He better not touch that Discord out. He better block you on Discord. So, mention you in his video. Have you seen it? I have not seen it, but you're the second person to tell me that. Tell him I said thanks. What's up, bro? Just pull up. Give me a summary of everything you discussed so far in this live. We were discussing what a little bitch you were. You sent me the link, dude. I'm sorry if I ever come off as ignoring. I opened it and looked at the link, and then I forgot to respond. And now it disappeared on me. But you said you can buy the posters on there? Can you already buy it or no? And who's acquiring these posters? How does that even work? I don't think Khamzat looks off. I'm dunking on everyone who said Chimaev won't win. Homework, you better go into hiding if Chimaev loses, bro. You better go into hiding, buddy. You better go into hiding. Brother! Whittaker by first round triangle choke, you will see. Hill saying he's going to KO Pereira and rubbing all our faces. One of the best age quotes. Yeah, we were discussing how we just tight. That's what we were doing. Dude made a new account. I'm dead. I won't go into hiding. Who are we talking about? I don't even know who made a new account. I'm not paying attention. Is that weirdo I timed out for 30 minutes? I'll admit I was wrong. What's your worst coat pick? What do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. Worst coat pick. Guys, do me a favor. Like the stream. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 30K subs. Low key, I'm kind of hoping it doesn't happen until next week, which is going to be the case if not Saturday. But I'll do like a 30K stream like next Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that, if I hit it then. And because it's not going to work out this weekend. Like, you got to pick wrong and made excuses. I don't make fake excuses ever. Some people may disagree with that. But I don't make, like it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So I can't really tell. My worst coat pick was Dariush smoking Oliveira easily. I don't really care that much. Like, I want to get my pick right, but it's not like I'm going to make excuses that I don't believe. So I don't know. I'm sure there has been something that people think is a coat, but it's not. It's time, boys. It is. I had Wingstop 2 days ago, and it was literal trash. You were right. Never again. It's horrible. I've definitely explained this like 3 times so far. Basically, a copy of every pay-per-views poster unsigned gets sent to the restaurants, bars, club. They have a corporate pay-per-view package. So they're like taken down from in there. They're like taking them down from inside. I was wondering, can I just take the image and send it to somewhere to be like printed out? Like if you can easily just copy the poster image like I have in this thumbnail. Can I just copy the poster image and send it to like a place that prints out stuff in high res? Joey, thanks for the mod status. Bitsy, you've been slacking on the donos, brother. You ain't getting no mod. No, I'm kidding with you. But congrats on the wrench. Joe, you picked Hill right because I did too. I thought Hill would back him up against the Clemson dirty box. Me too. I did pick Hill. $20. I can link you a good frame. So it's restaurants selling them. I'm sorry, dude. They send hundreds of posters and most places only hang 1 or 5. So they sell the rest online. I bought the guy 8 times, same poster as the one the fighter signed, but it's like, is it the small one? Send me the link again real quick, like right now if you can. If you can't, I understand. Overlap got his wrench and dipped. I know. He Overlap got his wrench and moved his $50 donos to $5 donos, and then he also barely shows up for the stream. 22 by 28. That's almost too big. I want like a 12 by... I don't know. I don't know what I want. UFC 308 small poster. Let's see what they got on eBay. I want an 8 by 12. Somebody on here selling an 8 by 12. I wonder if I can just take the image, send it into a place that prints out stuff. Where to get poster printed. Like, I wonder if I could have Amazon. Let me try this out. You think I could... Dude, wouldn't that be sick if I could just do that? Wouldn't it be sick if I can just do that? I can probably just send it into Amazon, the image. Let's see this. 11 by 14, thick, high quality photographic premium photo paper. I don't know if that's good for poster. 8 by 24, that 18 by 24, that's not going to be right. I don't want that. This could probably work. 11 by 17, you think would work right? Customize now. Upload. Downloads. Where's UFC 308? This would be crazy if this worked. Why can I not find this right now? Of course I can't find it somewhere. UFC 308's poster. Images. Save image. UFC 308, even though I already have it. Okay. Upload. It's not showing up in my downloads because it's like a Google-ish link. So let me do this. Copy image. Let me open Photoshop so I can get it in the right. Imagine that. I wonder if that's possible. Though. New file. Poster. Boom. Ooh, that looks good. That looks high res too. Let me zoom in on that bitch. Yeah, that looks super high res. This might actually be crazy enough to work. You son of a bitch, Joey. You are a fucking genius. You crazy SOB. Upload. How do I know if it's fitting? Enlarge your image. That looks pretty good. That might actually work. Check Discord. Dude, that actually looks super sick, bro. I see it. I see it, Macari. I wonder where he works at, that he sells these posters all the time. I wonder where he works at. So, who would want this 300 poster? Ew! 300 posters, ugly. I wish the 304 poster was better. I'd get a 304 poster. Dude's probably printing them bitches. He's probably printing them motherfuckers. I bet you he's doing that. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check that out. And if I can, dude, and I can find like a reasonable, and high quality print on Amazon, dude, done. Dunzo. I'll start printing out all the posters that I like. I want a Zhang Weili painting. Cool. Do you think that's crazy, Dungeon? Just to take the image, send it into Amazon, and get like a poster printed? If it's high quality, what's it matter, right? I think it's a good idea. I think it'll be pretty sick. There's a dude at my local Buffalo Wild Wings that does this. Their restaurant gets like 150 of them. They pay for their pay-per-view per TV in the store. He basically doubles his salary by selling them. It won't be as nice quality. You think so? You don't think it's possible at all? I almost just want to try it to see. But if not, I'm going to buy one from that dude then. That's crazy. Dude's just selling it. Joe, if we ever get any Chimaev memorabilia, what would you get? I have no idea, bro. I have a McGregor RDA poster somewhere. I have a McGregor RDA poster. One of my buddies back in the day worked at Buffalo Wild Wings and gave it to me. How is that Khamzat Chimaev beats Usman and Burns that makes him exposed to all the MMA media, but they glaze Usman for beating Colby and Jorge? I have no fucking clue, buddy. They get thrown out. Otherwise, he gave me one of the Chandler McGregor because they had posters up before that was canceled. That's wild, man. So basically, I need to go make a friend at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then I can get all the posters for free. I have a Robbie Lawler Carlos Condit Buffalo Wild Wings poster as well. So, all right, what did I miss? I don't know what I was reading. We were too busy talking about posters. I'm not going to be on here for that much longer anyway. I have like a million tabs open. So, what's the worst title fight robbery? I don't know. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, but I can't think of one. I'm trying to think of one. I made friends with a local bar staff, and I have about 7 posters. That's pretty sweet. So I was watching one of your old videos, and this could be more true. You said Chimaev is the victim of his own hype. How old was the video? Lawler Condit? Yeah, I actually have it hanging up. I have it hanging up. It's still hanging up in my old bedroom. In my old bedroom. I'm trying to think. I have a UFC. Last message on topic. I think the dude I linked to you is a cop who owns a bar. I've looked him up before. I just got to see if I can get the hook up, man. Get a promotional poster. It was your video after the Usman fight, so last year. Dude, it is a fact. I've been saying that recently as well. He is a victim of his own hype. That's an actual fact, brother. It really is. Because people hyped him up so much, the fact that he's not just blowing these dudes out, blowing these dudes, that all of a sudden he looks bad. Lawler Hendricks too. Nah, I think Lawler won. I thought Lawler beat Hendricks. It's called Khamzat Chimaev and held to a massive double standard. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's very, very true. What about Pantoja Usyk? That was not a robbery. If anyone else but Chimaev would be praised for other... I know. Imagine if Colby did what Chimaev did to Usman. Are you saying Pantoja Usyk was a robbery? Absolutely not. Usyk lost that fight, dude. I don't know why people were acting like he won. He got elevated. He got elevated from a loss. He got elevated from a loss and got slumped by Kai Kara France because people were overhyping him. And that's a fact. Imagine if you just flipped it and Usman took Chimaev down like that. Exact same fight, but Usman beat Chimaev. Imagine the way they'd be hyping Usman. It'd be craziness. But no, I did not see a PFL guy bashing UFC for making Sean O'Malley a champion and avoiding meritocracy. I did not see that. I did not see that. Was it Patchy Mix? Because I feel like he said shit like that in the past. I feel like Patchy Mix. Adesanya Whittaker too. Adesanya Romero. You think those were robberies, dude? You gotta stop letting your bias take hold of you. Because neither one of those are robberies either. Adesanya Romero was a draw in my opinion. Neither one of those guys won. Adesanya Whittaker too. That's a complete myth. Adesanya clearly won that fight. Is AJ McKee overrated? Not anymore. He was at one point, by myself included. I'm trying to think of worst title robbery ever. Valentina Shevchenko, Grasso too. She was robbed with a 10-8 round. That was bullshit. Connor needs rehab. Reyes Jones. You know what's low-key? I didn't think that was that bad either. Bisping Henderson too, I thought was a robbery but wasn't horrible. Cejudo DJ I thought was kind of a robbery. GSP Hendricks I thought was kind of bad. But there's not one that I'm like, what? That's the worst I've ever seen. There hasn't been one like truly that abhorrent. Like imagine O'Malley Yan in a title fight. Imagine how egregious that would be. I feel like it's harder to rob a title fight because it's 5 rounds. Now GSP won. Yeah, Izzy Strickland's probably the worst robbery in the history of the sport in a title fight. Aldo Yan 2 was close enough that it wasn't a robbery. I thought Yan won, but it wasn't a robbery, like a brutal robbery. You know what's funny? I actually didn't hate that GSP won that fight. People were too focused on visual damage. And Dana was a little crybaby, so it influenced everyone. I mean, Hendricks definitely has the case to be made that he won that fight, but look at him afterwards, so I don't even care. You see in the Whittaker fight versus Silva, he should have lost, right? I don't know what fight you're talking about. But yeah, Strickland got that brutal robbery. He had those right-wing judges, man. I liked Strickland for a minute until he started acting like the opposite of what he Dude, Strickland's one of the biggest hypocrites in the sport. And that's a fact. Jan won the O'Malley fight. I know. That was one of the worst robberies I've seen in the history of the sport. That is one of the worst robberies. Colby RDA was a brutal robbery? I don't think so. I thought Colby won. I thought Colby won that fight, unfortunately. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. I haven't watched that fight in a long time, so maybe my opinion would be different, but I think O'Malley versus Jan was the worst robbery I've seen in the last couple of years. Pimlet versus Gordon was pretty bad, too. Izzy beat Sean 4-1. You have to rewatch it on mute. Agreed. Khamzat versus Duplessis, South Africa in May, hopefully, with a brutal finish this weekend. Hopefully. What are you going to do for 30K? Snort crack, probably. Is that going to be all right? I don't know. I'll do a long stream next week. It should be next week. If I don't hit it next week, I'm closing the channel, so. Because we're only a couple hundred away. I should knock it out of the park this weekend, I think. O'Malley getting the fight Jan was more of a robbery than the actual fight. I didn't mind it. I like that matchup. I like when a guy gets overhyped and you throw him to the wolves. I like that. I like it a lot. Strickland barely beat Izzy. You know what's funny? You ain't wrong, buddy. You ain't wrong, buddy. You know what was the biggest robbery? Holloway against Gaethje. Dude brutally eye-poked him. Jan 1-3 over Alex was pretty clear to me. It was so clear, man. It was so clear. Jan outstruck him and mixed in the takedown, too, in the 3rd round. What's Dana White's issues with Ank? I never understood why he was so fed up with the draw versus Jan, because he was pissed that the title was vacated and nobody had it. So he holds that against him. What an emotional little cunt. Imagine being still butthurt about that 2 years fucking later because you were like, I didn't want the title to be vacant. Oh, well, cry me a river, you pussy. Ank Jan was a robbery, basically. Joey, the pay-per-view market is already dying. Thankfully, 308's a great card. And how many more stinkers like 301 and 307 can the UFC afford to push out? I don't know. I'm hoping their next streaming service somehow deals away with this. I'm sick and tired of these shit cards, man. And they sprinkle just enough good fights on it that you have to watch. Otherwise, I would cut back. Probably. I'd probably cut back if we're being real. Imagine Khamzat after round 3 goes from Shazam. I don't know what that means. Khamzat dominated round 3 against Usman. Dude, I'm going to go ballistic if they rob Bilal when he fights Shavkat. You know Shavkat is Dana's hitman in that case, right? You know that's Dana's hitman. Same with Rakic. Rakic is Dana's hitman. Jan is basically the lineal champion. Didn't beat Pereira and didn't duck Ankalaev. Facts, facts, and facts again. Remember Glover? Ooh, that's a good... I got to tweet that out. Anybody else remember when Glover Teixeira brutally ducked Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 282? I guess Alex Pereira learned it from the best. I truly believe we will never see Ankalaev fight Pereira regardless of what he does. Oh, that's going to get a lot of people heated. Anyone else remember when Glover Teixeira brutally ducked Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 282? I guess Alex Pereira learned it from the best. I truly believe we will never see Ankalaev fight Pereira regardless of what he does. And that's what I truly believe. Oh, that's going to get a lot of people real tight. That's going to get a lot of people real tight. I've had that one in my back pocket for a while, and somebody just reminded me of that. Fries reminded me of that. I had that one deep in my back pocket. Deep in my back pocket. So. That's just the way it is, my friend. What am I watching here? What is this sick shit they have on here now? Anyway, where are we at? I was low-key stressing, thinking I would have to work 308. I'd quit my job before I worked during 308. Joe, why the F does Chimaev versus Rob feel like it's the main event tomorrow? Ilia Max is amazing, but damn, Khamzat Rob is what I'm most looking forward to. I'm with you. Chimaev Whittaker walkouts are happening. You go get something and fall and break your leg. What's your next move? Drag my ass back to my office and I watch that fight and just scream in agony. Doctor stoppage. Doctor stoppage. Doctor stoppage. You know the thing about Jan Glover? The only reason Glover won is because Jan came off a horrific neck injury and required surgery. That's why he tapped so quick. I don't know. I didn't know that. To be honest. Chimaev himself said that just because he's famous and rich now doesn't mean he's changed. He's still the same Khamzat, but more mature. Go watch the press Q&A. I probably will. Jan outstruck Alex 20-12 in head strikes in the third. They counted 100% of Alex's bodies and legs, so the stats say he landed more, even though Jan checked or partially. Dude, I thought he clearly beat Pereira. Bro, you mentioned on your vid how if Khamzat can be a bit more disciplined, he could have guarded 5 rounds, but he hasn't come close to showing that discipline before. Well, he's went 3 hard rounds multiple times, so all he has to do is kind of cut back 5% and he's good to go. Would you wait for Topuria Holloway too? 100%. I just sit here. Unless I thought I was going to die, I'm still watching it. Dude, I want to see Jan Yuri badly. I was so pissed Glover beat Jan before we got that matchup. Yeah, that would have been a heater. I think Jan's going to fall off a cliff soon if he hasn't already, if we're being honest here. If we're being honest. If we're being honest, yeah. Joey Khamzat brought up an amazing point today about his cardio. He said no one in the UFC could last 2 minutes pushing the pace he does. Dude, he pushes a crazy pace and people act like he doesn't have cardio. It's insane. What's the best case scenario for Khamzat to blow away the media where there would be zero excuses this time? A Gerald Meerschaert type KO against Robert Whittaker, even though they'd call it a fluke. Are people really saying that about Khamzat? Just how much better has Farziem is compared to previous times? That is true. I don't know what... I think Khamzat... I hope the fight doesn't go too quick because then they'll call it a fluke. I'd love for Khamzat to go out there, take him down, beat the shit out of him for the first round, but Whittaker survive. Second round, he comes out and strikes with him. Khamzat beating Whittaker by 5-0 decisions, the best case scenario. That'd be hilarious, bro. And we're talking about like a... Who has the best pace? We're talking about... I want to see a Khamzat, Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar type performance. Just beating the piss out of him for 5 rounds. No stopping. Or TJ Dillashaw, Barao. Hot take, I feel like Jan took a dive for the Glover fight. He was being extra nice and singing the man. Had a birthday in the bathroom. I knew Jan was going to lose. Jan did seem off. If you think we'll see a round 5 Chimaev, you're tripping balls. I'd love to see a 5-round masterclass domination from Khamzat. Mark my words, Homework. You know what would happen if that happens, right? You know what would happen if he did that, right, Homework? You know what the narrative coming out of that fight would be, right? Khamzat's on PEDs. He got on PEDs. I'll die on this hill. Khamzat has good cardio. I'll die on this hill. Khamzat has good cardio. For sure. For sure. Khamzat is fitting to be fluffy against Pereira. That'd be crazy. That's going to be crazy. Joey, I really like Rob, man. He's one of the most likable guys. Fuck, why couldn't Khamzat face Strickland instead of making it more satisfying, beating the fuck out of him? It would have been more satisfying. What's the excuse for Usman and Burns for losing their third rounds? Always funny that people say Chimaev's cardio is bad, yet he wins the later rounds against guys who have great cardio. Burns and Usman are known for having good cardio. God, I would love to see like a third round stoppage where Whittaker's gassed out and Khamzat finishes him. I'm going to laugh my ass off when all the new Chimaev fans come to your channel after 308. Wouldn't shock me. Joey, didn't you say that Usman won that fight? No, I thought it was close, but rewatching it, I thought Khamzat arguably won all 3 rounds when I rewatched it with no emotion just recently. But I said it was close that I thought Khamzat edged it out. If anything, it was a draw. That was the worst case scenario. It was a draw. But I lean towards Khamzat winning. I think there'll be some type of narrative excusing away his performance regardless of what he does. I think that's what it'll be. So I agree. Usman lost all against, yeah. You lean towards draw. Joey, originally I thought it was close because he lost his power and missed half the... Dude, I think Usman, after the first round, overperformed compared to the first round, and that's why a lot of people thought he did better than he did. When I watched the second round, I'm like, wait a second, I thought Usman won the second round. Joe, do you think Rob will be able to have food endurance after Chimaev puts it on him early? We'll say good endurance. I don't know. I could see Robert Whittaker getting tired. I could see Robert Whittaker getting tired from having to grapple nonstop. But it's hard to say for sure. There's level of gassing, but imagine Chimaev gas is like the one guy who Tafa just fought. I know. That's what people act like he has the cardio of. That's what people genuinely act like he has the cardio of. I think I might even mention that in my video. I can see Whittaker. Yeah, I don't think Whittaker makes it to the fight. Dude pulls out constantly anyway. Whittaker finishes Khamzat. Doubtful. Whittaker probably won't even show up. So Whittaker probably won't even show up. Should I keep thinking Khamzat will no-show or just lose the decision to Rob? If anyone's not showing up, it's probably Rob. If anyone's not showing up, it's probably Rob. Oh, dude, we've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's insane. That is insane. Joey's not crazy to say Chimaev's the best grappler in the UFC right now. Maybe ever even. I don't know. It's a little bit crazy, but I think Khamzat may be the best grappler in the UFC right now. Rob says Rob pulled out in 4 fights in 4 years. From 2018 to 2022, he pulled out of 4 fights. So, listen, boys. We went over 2. You guys got 2 quality hours out of me. You guys got 2 quality, hard quality hours out of me. That's crazy. I can't believe it's been 2 hours already. I don't know how that's even possible. Where did the time go? This was actually a fat. I guess because we have such a great card to talk about. That's why it seems like it's gone by so fast. Just checking out something real quick. It's hard to believe. The fight card is 2 more sleeps away. 2 more fucking sleeps away. Joe, I was driving. I'm late on this, but Patty Jarrett Gordon was the biggest high-profile robbery I've seen in a while. Dude, it was horrible. No new videos today? I already dropped a prediction video earlier today. I dropped a prediction video earlier today for you to check out, bub. Buddy boy. I'll be on stream for the first prelim, most likely. If I miss a fight, I'll miss 1 fight, but I should be here. I'm going to prepare to be here for every single fight. It's going to be a long day on Saturday, boys. A long, hard day. We need a 1-hour cuts video. I don't know if that's going to happen. But listen, boys. Go check out my full breakdown of Whittaker Chimaev. Here's my full breakdown of Whittaker Chimaev. Like the stream on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching the rerun, comment Bill Hornbuckle down in the comments if you're watching the rerun, if you make it all the way to the end. And yeah, I think that's it. I think it's about time to hit that old dusty trail. I'll be live at some point tomorrow. I don't know when that'll be. No promises. I'll be live at some point on Friday. I'll be live on Saturday. And then I'm disappearing. And then I'm disappearing. I'm hitting the old dusty trail after that. Goodbye. Good night. Power slaps tomorrow at 12 p.m. Yeah, we got to watch that. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Like the stream. Good night.